Welcome back to Marvel Future Fight News with your host, Average Joe. Today we've got Alliance Conquest black screen issues. Have they been resolved? But the game mode's still terrible. Plus, Cynicalex was definitely wrong about the bioselectors in Shadowland. Netmarble, don't ever take them away. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I'm going to cover all of the news in Marvel Future Fight regarding new event quests, new event tokens, new event shops, some new event items, some things that are on sale now that have never been on sale before, like new shop sales, and I'll give you my opinion on whether they're good or not, and also the Alliance Conquest stuff. Now, I didn't really talk about or sort of cover the Alliance Conquest stuff when it was originally happening because it was a bug, and there's a lot of bugs in Marvel Future Fight. And making a video about every single bug would make the game look really buggy, and it would also be kind of boring for players to just, wow, another bug video. Oh, it's another bug video. So there are still bugs in the game, like hidden tickets showing up when you're trying to set a number of clears in Epic Quests, even though you don't spend Epic Quests, or you don't spend hidden tokens in the Epic Quest. That's just a visual bug. It's not actually using up your hidden tickets. There's still the bug where it shows that all of your Epic Quest Deluxe missions have not been purchased and they're locked. Again, still a visual bug. This bug, however, was not only visual, it was a black screen error, but it was costing players actual gameplay. Now, there isn't much gameplay to speak of in Alliance Conquest, sadly, because it's this auto-only Barbie wrestling fest, but it was a pretty big issue for the number of, however many players are actually playing Conquest competitively. Now, I've said for years that they need to review and revamp completely Alliance Conquest. I'm not going to say that again today, besides the fact that I already just said it, but I am going to cover the fact that they apparently have fixed this issue. Now, they did talk about what was causing the issue. Apparently, certain characters in certain circumstances were doing this, which is so weird, but also kind of cool to see behind the veil of the coding of the game and try to understand that these specific characters were causing problems. And it's not even specific characters with any uniform. You can see here it's specifically the Gwenpool uniform. So apparently, or presumably, Gwenpool without a uniform or Gwenpool with her newer uniform won't have any problem. So it's pretty interesting. And what was even more interesting for me when I read this was that they fixed the problem temporarily by adding, or I should say they have fixed the problem temporarily by adding a plus 1% all defense increase, which apparently avoids the issue of black screen. Now, this is hilarious for multiple reasons. For one, on a level that I can't comprehend, somehow this solves the problem. Obviously, only the Marvel Future Fight devs or other game devs who are intimately familiar with the coding that they use for Marvel Future Fight or similar coding architecture would be able to understand what the hell this means. But also, I love the fact that they give a completely insignificant bonus so that they don't upset the balance of the game, which is pretty much the devs' way of admitting that defense in Marvel Future Fight is absolute garbage and it's a useless stat to begin with. Because I think you could probably make an argument that they would never give a 1% attack increase or 1% HP increase, because those stats actually matter even at small integers like 1%. But we all know even plus 100% all defense doesn't matter, because there are characters in the game that have them and they're still not defensive. There's characters in the game with a passive that gives them 70% damage reduction and they're still trash. So yeah, I thought that was really funny, also interesting, also obviously confusing because I don't know what that actually means. Thankfully, after the next update, this effect will be removed. Hopefully that means they're removing Alliance Conquest altogether and they're bringing out a brand new Alliance Conquest, maybe called Alliance War or Alliance Long Prolonged Battle. I don't know what other synonyms there are for war. People in the comments can tell me. But yeah, seriously, we need a rework to Alliance Conquest. Make it 1 versus 1 instead of this 1 versus 1 versus 1 clown fiesta. Make it manual play instead of autoplay only, because there's no worse feeling than spending money and or spending thousands, millions, hundreds of millions of gold building up your beautiful tier 3 characters, and then you send them off into Alliance Conquest and they stand there spamming the same 2 or 3 skills, being absolutely useless piles of garbage, and then you lose to an under-geared opponent, or you lose to a bunch of tier 2s that you would never ever lose to in any other game mode, where you actually had a modicum of interpretation and input to say, hey, maybe you should do this skill that heals you. Maybe you should do this skill that gives you an iframe, or this skill that actually does damage, instead of standing there spamming the same nonsense over and over again while you watch your character die a slow, painful death. But yes, I will get off my soapbox about Alliance Conquest. For those of you that play Alliance Conquest, the black screen effect should be fixed. If it's still not fixed, I'm sure you can submit a support ticket, but in the meantime, maybe take note of these characters specifically. There are some good characters in here, like Captain Marvel and Nick Fury. Anyways, there are some good characters in here. So, yeah, maybe if you're still encountering this problem, maybe skip using those characters for now. I know it's not a good solution, but it's better than having a black screen. For those people that also think that Alliance Conquest rewards have been buffed, dream on. Marvel Future Fight would never buff rewards for Alliance Conquest. They just doubled the rewards that every Alliance got as compensation. So if you won this week of Alliance Conquest, then instead of getting 2 million reward, I think I'll be able to show you guys right now. So we won. Normally you get 2 million gold. I believe I'm going to get 4 million gold. There you go. This is not a buffed reward. At least I don't think it is. I think this is just a apology / compensation for it being a completely garbage game mode. Oh, on top of the fact that there was the black screen. Anyways, let's get to the new event quest. Bada bing, bada boom. So we've got these new Warriors of the Sky tokens. You get 50 tokens per day. The event is on for 8 days. So by my math, that's 400 tokens you'll be able to amass. You can also purchase more tokens in the shop for real money. They're sort of packaged in with crystal purchases. Over here, there is the Epic Quest Pack 1 and 2. I've made my opinions known on these for quite a while. I don't think they're very good unless you desperately need a lot of different items, one of each, from the shop, like multiple rank up tickets, multiple, sort of different types of tickets and things like that. As far as what's in the shop, there's only one new addition. No, actually pretty bad music, by the way. They added in, instead of a mythic uniform upgrade ticket, it's now a legendary uniform upgrade ticket. So it's the same cost, I think, or maybe it's 50 tokens cheaper. I can't remember. But if it's not cheaper, it should be cheaper. Just note that down, devs. And yeah, I think this is actually pretty good. I think it's nice that they rotate between legendary and mythic specifically for the uniform upgrade tickets, because there are quite a few other ways of getting mythic tickets, but there aren't any ways of getting legendary tickets. So it's a nice little combo for players who, let's say, were able to rank up certain characters' uniforms. Let's say they were using Luna Snow biometrics from the Luna Snow event battle to get her new uniform, or maybe her Andromeda uniform, to heroic, but they ran out of bios. Now they can use the legendary ticket here to get her to legendary. And then they can use the mythic ticket that they can get later on, or they can get through the Epic Quest collection, or some other game mode, some other reward, and then they can get it to Mythic that way. So I actually do really like this, and for those of you worried that the Mythic ticket is gone, it'll come back. They're probably just cycling through and seeing if players enjoy this and players appreciate that. But normally what I would say is just spend your tokens on these items right here. You can pick up a 6-star ticket and you can do other things, or you can pick up a 5 and a 4 and still have 100 tokens left over. So it's really worthwhile to stockpile these rank up tickets for the next big, strong premium character. Or if you've got like a 3-star Namor, now is the time to get him up to 5 stars. Don't spend these tickets on farmable characters because you can farm for them. That's why they're farmable characters. And I would honestly say it's probably not the greatest idea to blow all your tokens on fragments anymore, with the Cosmic Cube fragment drop rate being buffed and also the Conqueror level. I just feel like there is, I mean, I feel like there's less incentive. And I feel like fewer players are desperate for more CCF. I know there are still players who are desperate for CCF for sure, but on the good news side of things, I am seeing a lot more players telling me and messaging me, I have enough CCF for a tier 3. I'm getting a lot of CCF today. Tons of people, I got 60 CCF today, 75, 100. 100 is pretty crazy, but some people did say that. Now, of course, that hurts to hear for players who are still not getting enough CCF. So for those players, if you need to get the CCF, absolutely get the CCF. But I'm just saying, maybe take a look at your Conqueror level and do the math on, maybe you'll be able to push to stage 10 soon. Like, let's say you're at stage 8 or stage 9 for some of these bosses. The stage 10 rewards for Conqueror is 50 CCF. So you might not know it, but you might be close to unlocking 50 or 100 CCF for free. And then you could save those 400 tokens and use them on something else that you really need. The tier 2 ticket I don't like. The Titans record selector I also don't like. Again, unless you've been screwed over on drops and you're at 9 books and you really want to tier 3 a character, I would say these 4 rewards here are by far the best. Then maybe the CCF, then maybe also the Titan component packs. because you can get 2, so it's actually 160 instead of 80. And for a lot of players, they have an imbalance. They have like way more of these than these. I've worked pretty hard to try to balance mine out, but in the past, it's been like 4,000 and 2,000. So that is another option. And then pretty much everything else here I think is not worth it, to be honest with you, unless for some reason you desperately need these. You can get these from the Dimension Mission support shop. You can get 150 easily for free per day. Maybe the Uniform XP chips if you don't have time to grind out Uniform XP in Dimension Missions and stuff like that. But I would skip the gold, the energy, the tier 2 materials, and the bio selectors. So that's my take on the new event shop. I like that they're trying new things and they're cycling through a couple of items. It would be also cool for them to perhaps cycle in 2- and 3-star rank up tickets. Not that I necessarily need them, but I've seen this requested a lot. So maybe they could do one with just 2- and 3-star rank up tickets, and they could remove the 6, 5, and 4 for one run and see if players enjoy that more or not. Or maybe just add them in and keep the other rank up tickets. I don't know. But yeah, those are my thoughts, and those are the thoughts of the community. And then finally, we have a new sale in the shop. Not this one, because it's not very good, by the way. But this one right next to it, which I also think is not very good. This is the Odin's Blessing Pack. This does give you loyalty, which is not bad. And it's a special offer for you, agents, apparently. So you got 3 million gold. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 random mythic Uru, which is not very good. And it's not very good because you can go into... Come on. You can go into the support shop in the Dimension Mission, and you can open a chest and get Enchanted Uru, and you can get a Mythic Uru. We're going to try a couple times here. There you go. I proved my point. I just got a Mythic HP Uru. That was, that was just over 5,000 tokens. So you get 15,000 tokens per day. You could probably farm up these Mythic Uru. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could farm up 5 Mythic Uru in less than a week. So the value here versus the cost is very low. I would rank these 5 Mythic Uru, these random Mythic Uru, at about $1 each. I think that's all they're worth. So that's about $5. The 1,000 crystals is low. I would value that at about $12. So you're at $17. So for a $40 pack, when it's $17 Canadian, means that you're asking me to pay $23 for 2 Odin's Blessings. Yeah, they're Odin's Blessing selectors, so it's not random. You get to choose, and you're probably going to choose Strike or Magic. Those are the 2 rarest Odin's Blessings. Yeah, I mean, listen, it could be cheaper, or they could have given these... They could have made these Enchanted Urus selectors. If these Enchanted Urus were selectors, I think this would actually be a pretty good pack, because you get to guarantee 5 mythic energy attack or physical attack Urus, and then you can double down on that. Like, you could almost build a character. You could do like half of a character's Odin's Blessings and Uru on top of getting 1,000 crystals and 3 million gold. Now that's still really expensive for $40. Like, as a general cost, it's really expensive. But, you know, if you do this, if you only have a couple of characters that you really care about, tier 3, whatever, you can sort of, you know, say, okay, well, 1,000 crystals is $10, so I'm really paying $30 for that. And so you can sort of maybe make a case for it if you're not going to give a character all Odin's Blessings, so you can give them some Mythic Uru and some Odin's Blessings, and especially if these were all selectors, you know, you could choose, like, I want 3 attack and 2 HP or whatever, and you could feel good about your progress here. But paying $40, getting 1,000 crystals, getting 2 Odin's Blessings that you want, and then you crack open these mythics and you get, like, attack speed, skill cooldown, dodge, and you're like, I didn't want any of these. So now you just feel like you got ripped off. That's really not a good idea. So I would prefer if Marvel Future Fight maybe had a cheaper option of this pack that was all random, and then a more expensive option, maybe at this price point, where you can actually choose. So if they had one that was, let's say, like $15 cheaper, it cost $25, and it was all random, then players could choose. You know, maybe I'm not really looking for specific Odin's Blessings, I just want more of them. So I can stock up on more Odin's Blessings and more random Uru for $25, or if I want to select everything, I can pay more. But mixing in things that you select, i.e. choice, with things that are random, just sort of, I think, turns off a lot of players, because they're attracted. The first 3 items are attractive. They're like, oh, it looks pretty good. And then you scroll down and you're like, oh no. And there's just that looming threat of getting screwed over on RNG. Not to mention the fact that you can, as I illustrated, easily farm 5- and 6-star Uru from the chest for the tokens that you get for free every day. So yeah, with that being said, I would probably give that purchase probably like a 4 out of 10 on the scale of value versus cost. It's not abysmal. It's not like a total ripoff because they're not random Odin's Blessings, but it can still be a big crapshoot because of the 5 out of 7 being random mythic Urus. So with that being said, let me know what you think of Alliance Conquest. Let me know what you think of the new Odin's Blessing sale and what you think of the new event shop items. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.